Welcome. I'm Libby Stevens, and I was born and raised in Morganton, North Carolina. My ancestors have loved Grace Episcopal Church for decades. I was christened here, I was confirmed here. My husband and I raised our two children here, Walton and Allie. This is my church home. I invite you to join us.
We have been members of Grace Church for 20 years, and we have 3 children, ages 19 to 24. We gravitated to Grace for many reasons. It's a beautiful place. The church, the labyrinth, the grounds. This place is sacred and holy, and it is a place that we immediately felt safe exploring big questions, deep questions, and our spirituality. And it was a place that we wanted to grow together and as a family.
We decided to come to this church because of the past history we had in Episcopal churches, and we always knew that the Episcopal Church was a welcoming church, and we found that to be the case here. The church took us in, and we have just enjoyed our church family, our sanctuary, our fellowship. Our children have served, Mark and I have served. I really can't say enough good things about Grace Church.
Grace Church actually came to find my family. We had just moved to Morganton with our old aunt and uncle and our newborn son, who we were in the process of adopting. And 2 things happened. One was a couple of our co-workers came to us and said, there's this wonderful little church that has progressive ideas that we think would be a great match for you. And then the second thing was, another coworker came to me and said, do you know this couple that goes to Grace Church? And I said, no, I've never even heard of them. And she said, well, that's odd, because we were just at a church function the other day, and they said, well, let's say a prayer that that little baby can spend the rest of his life with Holly and Lawrence. Well, we were having some issues with the adoption process at the time, so there was no doubt that it was us. So Lawrence and I knew that there was this group of people that we didn't even know that were praying on behalf of our little family. So of course, we came to Grace Church to check it out.
I've been a member at Grace Episcopal for 35 years. My family moved here from Savannah, Georgia, but I grew up in Lenoir. And have been involved with our backpack ministry since it started. The purpose behind the backpack ministry is to provide food to children for the weekends. And this came about because teachers saw that children were not performing as well on Monday when they didn't have lunch as they could have in the cafeteria. So that's really what it came about, is to provide food to children who are in need of food in their homes on the weekend.
The spirit of holiness that you feel when you're here is real, and I think that the members of this church in their own way would say that draws me into a real spirit of community. There's an openness here that derives from that sense of community. It's a willingness to get outside of yourself, maybe let the walls down that you carry outside of the church, and come in and be open to ideas and challenges in a different way.
We are the newest members to Grace Episcopal Church. I'm in charge of the co-chair for the Children's Formation, and Estrella is part of starting the Hispanic community here at the church. We recently started developing our youth formation group, which we're really excited about. We have a full nursery program. We're also starting our Sunday school program. And then we recently were very excited about the Camp Christbound that we did this summer, where we had 60 children from all over Morganton that we had done with all the different churches here in downtown. It turned out to be fabulous.
Grace Church has a green team. Originally, we were called the Environmental Concerns Committee. We began work in 2007 at a ministry fair where we just put out a CFL bulb and a legal pad, and we had 25 people sign up. And people were interested in land preservation, in clean water, clean air, slow food, local food, a variety of different aspects of protecting the environment. Green Faith certified us as a green sanctuary, and we were the first church of any denomination in the state of North Carolina to be so certified.
Oftentimes I come and sit in the middle of the labyrinth where I'm sitting tonight, and often I hear that still small voice of God say, "Be still, be quiet, and know that I am God." The one thing I love about Grace Church is it is a church that is alive with faith. The backpack ministry, the green team, all the different things that are happening here at the church feed my soul, feed my body, and every time I leave, I know that I've been touched by God's grace.
Como que he vivido toda la vida aquí, pues en la iglesia, pues nos han acogido bastante bien, tanto a Colín como a las bebés y pues como a mí.
It really is an amazing church. It really has invited both of us, and that's what basically she's saying, is that they welcomed our little family in here when we had come over from Costa Rica. And you know, I've grown up Catholic, she's grown up Catholic, and when we came to the Episcopal Church, we were just welcomed with open arms, and it really has just been an amazing place, a very open place.
I've loved singing in the choir. This church has definitely been a big part of my childhood. It's like a second home to me, really, and like one of my favorite things to do here is we'll come to church and praise our Lord. So
we have too many children in our community that are hungry and in need of food. So any part I can play, I'm very happy to do that.
I really believe that spirit is what creates at Grace Church a willingness as a body of people to move to the edge and away from where change might be slow, but to get out where movement happens. And this church is willing to step out there in faith.
It's a church that sort of has like the potential to kind of go to the next level.
I think what stands out for me the most about Grace Church are the what I would call everyday wonders. And those are the interpersonal connections that happen that aren't actually newsworthy. They're not going to show up in the newsletter, but what I think do make up the light and life of Grace Church. I think we have a really good thing going here.